Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fellow channel. Excuse me. Just a quick video today. This is like a small book haul. I've just got the 4 books here, but that's all I've received this week regarding book-wise. But actually that's not a bad thing, because my TBR list is probably around the 30 mark, so I've got plenty to read. And kind of looking forward to Christmas when I've got time off, or more time off. Anyway, to just sit around and read. So I'll be trying to clear the TBR list by sort of the end of January. But anyway, onto the book haul. I've got a couple here. The first one's Images of War. This is SS Foreign Divisions and Volunteers of Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia from 41 to 45. And this is another one of those books where quite a large part of the book is down to military history video photographs of the events, and involves lots of photographs of vehicles and men and soldiers and all that sort of thing. So but also included in the book is that there's always a great write-up about the history of the event, whichever book it applies to, and it's really good. They're really good. On the back of this book it says, drawn on a superb collection of rare and unpublished photographs, SS Foreign Divisions and Volunteers of Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia 41 to 45 describes how the occupying Nazis recruited Lithuanian, Latvian and Estonian conscripts into the Waffen SS. Unlike her Latvian neighbour, Lithuania had no plans to provide Germany with a national legion. Although volunteers did come forward, the majority did not. This was not the case for Latvia and Estonia, which undertook huge recruitment programs, and thousands of men were drafted into their own foreign legion of the Waffen SS Grenadier divisions. After intensive training, these divisions saw action on the Eastern Front around Leningrad in the Ukraine before vicious defensive operations as the Red Army smashed its way through the Baltic states in 1944. Even in the last dying weeks of the war, what was left of the Baltic soldiers of the 15th, 19th and 20th Waffen SS Grenadier divisions continued to fight alongside their Wehrmacht and Waffen SS counterparts until they were either destroyed or surrendered. So that's that one. Now the second one is my second Images of War book, which is Waffen SS Armor on the Eastern Front 41 to 45. I should just say the previous book was written by Ian Baxter and published by Pen and Sword Books, and this is actually another one by Ian Baxter and again published by Pen and Sword Books, and it kind of goes on it's along the same theme in this series. It's a war series of books where it's the photographs are the important part of the book, but you do get the written history as well, but you know, the photographs are the most important. Here it says Hitler's invasion of the Soviet Union, codenamed Operation Barbarossa, was arguably the pivotal moment of the Second World War. Initially the onslaught was staggeringly successful, with superb images of this book showing Waffen SS Armor divisions leading the charge, but the Nazis had underestimated the Russians' determination to defend their homeland, and the logistical problems compounded by the extreme winter weather conditions. So I'm expecting plenty of tanks and like support type vehicles and equipment in that, so that's going to be interesting to look at the equipment rather than the soldiers. Right, the third book is slightly unusual because it doesn't really get written about this subject, and this is Disability and the Tudors, All the King's Fools, written by Philippa Vincent Connolly. It's due to come out, I'm pretty sure, around about the end of the month, and this is published by Pen and Sword Books. And I shall just read from the back. Often portrayed as fools at court, or beggars dependent on the church, little is known about the life little is known about what life was really like for disabled people living in Tudor England. How did they survive and overcome their impairments? Were they able to fit in and contribute to society? And was there any form of support available? From the nobility to the lowest of society, Philippa Vincent Connolly casts a light on the lives of disabled people in Tudor England and guides us through the social, religious, cultural and ruling classes' response to disability as it was then seen. And there's a quote here from another historian. Shines a light on a fascinating but hitherto overlooked aspect of life in Tudor England, and in doing so makes an important contribution to the scholarship of the period. So this one looks really interesting to me. Right, so the last book is published by Greenhill Books, and it's this book here. Stug 3, Brigade 191, the Buffalo Brigade. In action in the Balkans, Greece, and from Moscow to Kursk and Sevastopol. Written by Bruno Bork, with an introduction by Anthony Tucker Jones. It was 1 o'clock. Our advance was since the town had been shot to ruins. The streets were impassable because many shell craters and tram rails were bent upwards. Above us, infantry fire rattled, interspersed with shell impacts. There is nothing worse than street fighting with no knowledge of the respective positions of friend or foe. At the western end of the harbour, the infantry was absent. Had we gone astray? So, I'm particularly looking forward to this one because it's there's never many books around that look at the Eastern Front, and it's or probably there's even less written about the Far East in this country, but there's not so much written about the Eastern Front, or not yet. There hasn't been, but I've noticed in recent months that they're getting more and more, and I'm getting to review more of them. But the history of the Eastern Front is always intriguing and informative, so I'm going to enjoy this book. So there we go, that's the 4 books in my little book haul this week. The other thing I wanted to bring up was I've joined up with buymeacoffee.com. It's like a little support website where if you do things like make YouTube videos, you can create your own little group or club if you want, or gang. And if people like what you do, they can support you in what you do by making small donations each month. And I thought I would join up to that. So if any of my subscribers out there, or anyone who watches my videos, would like to join me at buymeacoffee.com/thehistoryfella, you're more than welcome to. There is various levels or tiers to the system that you can take part in, and what from as little as like £2, that's £2 British pound, or $2 or $3. You can then go right up to £10, or I think it's $13 the exchange rate, and then on the various tiers you get more for what you're willing to contribute. So if you're interested in that, and you enjoy all the work I do, I'd like to try and expand this channel, maybe do like sub channels to it on various different subjects, and I'd like to improve my videos, and that would then enable me to produce different types of videos, and better ones if I can sort out all my editing and get better cameras and sound sort of things. Then I can produce a lot more content, and hopefully better videos and more subscribers and more visitors, and hopefully then we can build the group up to a much bigger one. So there'll be a link under this video. It's Buy Me a Coffee /HistoryFella. If you want to contribute, please feel free to do so if you can, but if you can't, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And obviously if you can't afford to make a small contribution, that's more than fine as well. I don't want anyone being out of pocket. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you've enjoyed some of the books that I've shown you, and I shall see you soon for some more videos. So thank you very much.